Hello and welcome to On the Agenda, a semi-monthly podcast by the City of Reno that quickly updates you on actions taken at recent council meetings and checks in with various departments to keep you up to date with happenings within City Hall. I'm AJ from the City of Reno's Communications Department. Normally we have Reno City Manager Jackie Bryant with us, but today we have Assistant City Manager Norma Santoyo with us. Hello, Norma.
Hi, AJ.
How's it going?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. It's your first podcast, right?
It is.
Are you excited? Are you nervous?
I'm both excited and nervous at the time. There's probably more of the nervousness than the excitement right now, but I'm sure it'll be great.
You have done many presentations to council, and this is way less formal than council.
Well, thanks for believing in me.
Since this is your first time here, why don't you tell the listeners a little bit about yourself and just your history with the City of Reno?
Yeah, absolutely. So I am currently the Assistant City Manager. I was honored to be promoted after Jackie got the City Manager position. So I've been in this role for about a year in July, but I've been with the City of Reno for 4. Prior to that, I've been with state and local government, primarily in Nevada, for about 30 years, primarily in HR management.
So what other parts of the state have you worked in? Have you worked in
I've been in a lot of places. I've had
anywhere you can tell us about?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I loved all of them. I worked for the state of Nevada in various departments, from public safety, working with our highway patrol troopers, or state police nowadays, as we call them.
Oh, wow.
I've worked with child and family services. I've worked with Department of Motor Vehicles. And then I've also worked for Carson City Sheriff's Office for a while, in Douglas County, and a little housing in there too, with rural Nevada housing.
We should hang out more and talk. I didn't know any of this about you. That's amazing. Yeah. So just a fun little question for you. What do you love about working at the City of Reno, and why is it working with me?
Hey, everybody loves working with you, AJ. I love the variety. I mean, City of Reno, or local government, is not like any other business. We are 20 or 30 different types of businesses under one roof. So the variety of services we provide to our community and how it connects our community is the area that I love most.
The community engagement, which leads us to our topic.
That's right.
We're going to talk to Cynthia in just a little bit, but before we get to that, why don't we go over some of the action items that were taken at last week's council meeting? Norma, do you have those?
So council approved the City of Reno's final budget for fiscal year 25-26. From here, the budget will be presented to the state, and it will be effective July 1st. And then also, council approved some very important contracts for projects that will have a significant impact on residents. The first was the rehabilitation of the Truckee Meadows Water Reclamation Facility aeration tank. In simple terms, the aeration tank utilizes bacteria to break down the waste in reclaimed water. It's a key step in cleaning the water so it can be safely reused or returned to the environment. Council also authorized the purchase of playground equipment for our Wilkinson Park utilizing CDBG funds. Council also had a couple of hearings, including the Downtown Reno Business Improvement District Assessment, ordinance introduction for the Title 18 update related to signs, and a master plan amendment for the Stonegate Hines Ranch. Important stuff.
If you want to read more highlights, you can always check those out at reno.gov/news. We post those weekly. It's one of the most recent articles that we have posted up there. Thank you so much, Norma, for the recap of council items. So let's jump into today's subject. Last week, council also heard an item related to community engagement and a process that the city will be undertaking to evaluate and propose new methods and practices to improve engagement within our community. With us today is Cynthia Esparza, Director of Community Engagement and Services. Cynthia, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So, Cynthia, first things first, give us a quick overview of what areas the Community Engagement and Services team oversees.
The team really focuses on several key external facing supportive services and programs that really are designed to enhance the City of Reno in terms of accessibility as an entry point, livability, quality of life. So our team really focuses on meaningful engagement through relationship building, through partnerships with the community, really serving as a supportive system internally to departments when developing community engagement plans, and understanding, okay, who do we need to reach out to? Who is missing? How do we elevate this work? But we also serve as a vital bridge in multiple areas. So Reno Direct, which is our citizen call center that is within this department, community relationships and, just working with the community one-on-one. We also have environmental services who oversees 2 critical contracts for the city, waste management and energy. And last but not least, we have our Clean and Safe program, which is a team that oversees the city's response to homelessness citywide, providing outreach, connecting people to services, but also playing a key role in providing accessible public spaces for everyone to enjoy.
So why is community engagement important to the city of Reno?
Well, it's important for multiple reasons. First and foremost, it's a priority for the organization, whether it's city council or our city manager. It's something that we do in everything. And really, if we do it right, we are able to identify gaps, ensure that decision makers have all the information when it's time to make a decision. It helps us with service delivery because as we engage with the community, we're able to get input from them and they may be able to identify things that we hadn't even thought about, right? Because they're the ones calling Reno Direct or contacting RPD or RFD or visiting our parks through a different way. When we're there, okay, what needs to get fixed? How do we address this concern? They're there as users. So really, it's helping us be a better organization.
What's inspired the city to take a fresh look at how we engage with the community?
So City Council last November, I believe it was in the fall or winter, they requested for our organization to really dive into boards and commissions and get a better understanding of their function, their structures, and provide a comprehensive overview and recommendation. So really that was the starting point for a lot of these pieces. But we are also going to enter a difficult budget situation, just like multiple agencies throughout the region. And what better time than now to look at this through a critical lens as we prepare to stretch our resources. We have to be creative and we have to maximize what we can do with the limited resources we have, because as was discussed at the last council meeting, we are freezing positions and the projections aren't looking that great. So we really need to dive in, see what's working, what's not working. There may be a platform that really doesn't serve much purpose anymore.
Right.
We don't know, and that's what we're going to ask the community.
Right. We are still, this is all open for conversation still.
Right.
We have not made any official decisions. That's one of the things that I hope people get from this podcast is that there are ways to tell us things that you want. And hopefully people will fill out the survey and let us know the best way for engagement. So talk to us a little bit about the process you're undertaking in the coming weeks. How are you going to be gathering inputs for what residents want from engagement efforts?
We are going to kick this process off with a survey that will be accessible to all members of our community. It's something that we'll be launching in the coming week or two. And part of that process will really start with getting data from the community to help us guide further conversations with key stakeholders. And when I talk about a stakeholder, that includes everyone in the community.
Right.
So we want to ensure that everyone sees themselves as a stakeholder, while also understanding that we may have meetings that are inviting, say, boards and commission members. Another meeting will include internal staff. Another meeting, of course, will include our council members. Those will be one-on-one interactions as well. So looking at this, again, holistically, getting everyone's input, but really trying to understand what engagement tools and technology we may be missing from our repertoire of resources, right?
Ooh, repertoire.
Yes.
Fun word. I love that.
I don't know where that just came to my mind
so
right
good.
now. But really, we're depending on the community to provide their input because that's who we are here to serve.
Right.
And we also need to be mindful of the various demographics we're serving, various ages. We have a senior community that's very engaged. We also have a youth city council, so that's another group as well. So really just looking at this as a way to improve our organization as a whole and using that input to guide us into the future, especially as we see some reductions.
You had discussed a little bit about the survey and some data points you'll be getting. What are some other data points you'll be using in the evaluation?
So we have conducted quite a bit of work internally over the past couple of years where we surveyed staff. So that will be helpful from the internal stakeholder standpoint. But we also just conducted a community survey that closed a month ago. Really well participated survey, and that survey also included questions related to community engagement. So we already have data internally that we could incorporate as part of this overall assessment.
Gotcha.
The part that we're doing now is really honing in on community engagement. We will also be looking at census data to get an understanding of who lives in the city of Reno, who lives in these wards. Is there a ward that is very family centric with larger households, or is there a ward that has more retirees? So really looking at this through multiple lenses.
Lensi.
Cynthia, we are almost out of time, but before we go, do you have any advice for community members who want to be more involved but don't know where to start?
Absolutely. First and foremost, social media is a entry point for a lot of information, whether it's on the city's Facebook page, X, or Instagram. The communications team will be posting information related to all these efforts. Additionally, reno.gov, we will have information there as well. But if you don't want to go online or go on social media, Reno Direct could certainly answer those questions as well. So as this is presented to the community, our call takers will also be able to answer those questions and direct the community to ways on getting involved. We also, of course, have newsletters. That's another way of staying engaged. But again, we are looking at all the entry points. The ones I just mentioned are the most frequently used entry points. People could come to City Hall if they really wanted to, right? So really looking at this as a way to elevate what we're already doing. And these are some of the entry points.
I will say, not to honk our own horn here, but that social media, I don't know who runs it, but we love it.
I love it.
Thank you.
I think they're doing a great job.
Reno Direct, that is one of the things I don't think enough people know about. Reno Direct is fantastic. It's, I don't want to say just a call center, because it's not really a call center. They will help you with anything. If you see graffiti, if you see things where they shouldn't be,
right,
cars abandoned, I love them. Before I even started here, I found them online. I was like, hey, this sidewalk's busted, and it was 24 hours. They fixed it for me.
Yeah, no, Reno Direct, last year alone, they received 60,000 phone calls.
Whoa.
And also created over, I think it was 35,000 service requests.
Wow.
So those are all requests that are submitted by the community via a phone call or online. But really, if you look at it from the data standpoint, 60,000 phone calls, not all of them resulted in a service request, because they are trained to refer someone to a service, answer questions, and really help inform the community. So that is an invaluable resource for community members that don't like to go on social media, and that's okay.
Or my favorite thing that they do is tell other people that actually belongs to the city of Sparks. Please stop calling us about this road. I also want to point out to people that you can watch the presentation that you did, reno.gov/meetings. You can stream the city council meeting from last week, where Councilmember Martinez says he loves the podcast. So
I love that.
Cynthia, do you have anything else you would like to share with our listeners about what's ahead and how they can stay connected?
No, I would just say keep an eye out, look at the platforms we discussed. But really, as we start this process, my biggest ask to the community is share all your ideas. And even if something seems out of this world, how would this even work?
Right.
We never know. I mean, there's so much technology out there. AI is changing how engagement looks. And there may be systems that we haven't explored before that may be a great fit for our community.
Yeah, even if it's something that's not out of the box and it's just something that you think, oh, this is standard.
Right.
Just let us know. Just tell us. Be like, hey,
Right.
at City of Reno, do this. Be perfect. Cynthia, thank you so much for joining us on the agenda. Before we sign off, Norma, tell us a little bit about what to expect on the agenda for the next council meeting on June 4th.
Sure. First, I'd like to thank Cynthia for the great work she's doing in this space. It's very important for us. So keep up the great work.
Shout out Cynthia.
Yes, shout out Cynthia and her team, of course. All right, so here we go. Council will be conducting City Manager Bryant's performance evaluation on that date. They will receive a presentation providing an overview of the Reno Fire Department and the Reno Police Department's overtime use, staffing practices, and operational impacts. Council will also receive a presentation and potentially provide direction to staff on a short-term rental regulation. And additionally, Council will potentially approve a professional services agreement for a consultant to develop a service plan to investigate the formation of a Parks and Recreation Special District.
Well, that sounds like a full agenda.
It's a full agenda.
Fabulous. And if you want to view the agenda, the packets, anything you need, that's all at reno.gov/meetings. Cynthia, thank you so much for being on the podcast.
This is great.
Norma, thank you so much for joining us and filling in for City Manager Jackie Bryant.
Thanks for making me feel more comfortable. I can do this again.
We're going to do it. I'm going to come down to your office. We're going to record 5 more episodes.